Hold it. I think someone's coming. Shh. I hear voices. Hang on. You hear something? Stay down. We can't let them see us. They're right over there, so don't move. Hold still. If they see us, we're sunk. You've got to stay still or they'll see us. Get your head down further. Don't try to peek. They'll see you. Time to go. Run. Run very fast. Exit stage left. Go, girl, go. We're out of here. Go, go, go.
Thank goodness. I have no idea who you are, but I insist you take me to a rejuvenation station at once. Ah, shade at last. Thank goodness. And thank you, whoever you are.
Oh, please, please, please take me to a rejuvenation station. I've been wandering around this maze thing for hours. Bit of civilization at last.
Oh, you startled me. You're the general assistant? Wonderful. Please assist me to a rejuvenation station so I can get a towel. I squashed a spider with this one. Ah, we made it. Bless you.
Hello. Listen, could you help me find a rejuvenation station? I really must get to some shade. I've just had a procedure, you see, and I'm supposed to limit my exposure to the sun. Shade! Not a moment too soon. Thank you.
You're the new assistant. Perfect timing. Take me to a rejuvenation station before I die of thirst. Ah, I'm just going to sit here and rejuvenate.
Ah, the new assistant. Listen, do me a favor and take me to a rejuvenation station, all right? We've arrived. Good. Talking to you has been very cool.
Yes, a fellow trekker. Please take me to a rejuvenation station. I am dying for a nice cold glass of lemonade. Here we are. Liquid refreshment. Just what I need. You are a lifesaver. Shh. Someone's coming. Quiet. I think I hear someone. Hang on. Do you hear voices? They're getting closer. Get down. Oh no. They're going to see us. We can't let them know we're here. They can see you. Get down. Don't move until they go away. You can hide better than that, can't you? Let's get out of here. Run. Run. Time to go. Come on, hurry. Run. Run and don't get caught. Go. Go.
Now, what did those plaques in the garden say again? A stone pig. This must be a clue to open this lock. I need to go where there are lots of statues. Now that's a lock. Obviously the bomber hasn't come through this door. I guess I need to figure out how to open it up. Discard. Elephant? That's a strange one. The clue is actress. Aha! The word is meditate. Of course, microscope. The answer is definitely scissors. Vines. Wonder what that means. Maybe I should look at the resort map. White? Now what part of the spa would that refer to? They're blank. Oh my gosh! This is definitely the bomber's hideout. This map shows which bombs have gone off and which ones I've disarmed. Oh my gosh! This is definitely the bomber's hideout. It's pretty dark over there. I'd better turn on that light. The sticky notes aren't blank anymore.
I need to talk to Basil Petrolis, please. Ms. Ivy's personal chef, please.
Put me through to Miss Ivy. I'm her stunt double.
That Petrolis guy, the cook, let me talk to him. Hi, I'm with the small animal clinic. Somebody called with a question about one of their rats.
Let me talk to someone who can give me the specs on your water heater. I need to schedule your annual boiler inspection.
I need to speak to Halfdan.
Let me speak to your head biochemist, please. I must speak to that wonderful man who creates all your beauty products.
Mr. Helgeson, thank you.
I need to speak to your most famous resident. I'm her feng shui consultant. Hello, I am the aquarium specialist, and I wanted to check up on your octopus.
That personal trainer to the stars guy? Put me through to him.
Hans Axelrod, please. I need to talk to someone about scheduling a mud bath.
The supervisor of the room with all the beautiful foliage, please. Please put me through to the room where I can schedule an exotic bath. I'd like to speak to a therapist specializing in mud, please. I'm with Wizard Window Washing. I need the dimensions of the biggest window at the Redondo. I have some questions about the hot water dispenser the Redondo uses.
This is Bill from Bill's Biochemicals. I need to confirm an order. Head of research, please. Got some data I think he'll be very interested in.
Whoever runs that place, let me talk to him. Put me through to your boss, please.
I would like very much to talk to Nicholas.
Mr. Blesky, and be quick about it. My last bill for staying there at the Redondo was outrageous, and I demand to know why.
This is Crawlmeister Insurance. I need to confirm a bill one of your clients sent us.
Oh, be a doll and put me through to whomever schedules hair appointments.
I'd like to schedule a manicure.
My hair looks horrible. Connect me with someone who can help me, please.
I'd like to get my hair colored. Let me talk to someone who can dye my hair.
Somebody there called me about repairing some stained glass. I need a laser treatment.
I'd like to schedule a laser light treatment.
I want to set up an appointment to get my face zapped with a laser again.
I'd like to book an aquarium massage.
The room where they do all the high-tech treatments, please.
Put me through to the person who's in charge of the autoclave.
I'm calling to find out if your sensory deprivation chamber needs more salt.
Whoever is in charge of spiritual health consultations, please.
I'd like to talk to someone about meditative therapies.
Put me through to the room where they do all those new age, mystical type therapy things.
Let me talk to your meditation expert. I'd like some information on herbal remedies.
Whoever takes care of the small rock god in there, I need to talk to him or her.
Let me talk to someone who knows how to calibrate an old-fashioned scale, would you please?
Yes, this is Dr. Anderson Carver calling from Maxwell General Hospital. I need to know what procedure Jasmine Ivy elected to undergo at your facility. It's a matter of life and death. Why, in New York, of course. Look, I've no time for idle chatter. I must know what Ms. Ivy had done. Her life may be at stake. Darn. Oh, hello. This is Jasmine Ivy's grandmother. I was hoping you could tell me how she's doing after her, what was the name of that operation again? Shoot!
I need to talk to the person who gets rid of the fat and stuff left over from medical procedures.
Put me through to the room where they store the bio-waste.
Transfer me to wherever you guys keep the medical waste.
This is Frankie's Medical Waste Collection Company. Give me whoever can tell me how much lipo I gotta haul out of there this week. I'm trying to find out how many Sharps containers you guys will need out there next month.
That's enough. Thank you for your help. You're having to use willow wax instead of walnut balm because Cassidy seems to have misplaced my last order. Honestly, that man has no business being in charge of inventory. I've told Blesky that repeatedly, but then Blesky has no business being in charge of personnel, so there you have it. I'm guessing by your tentative entrance that you are the new assistant. I'm Val, the head therapist here in the Zen Zone. I'm also elbow-deep in steamed Peruvian peppers at the moment. It's a new relaxation therapy I'm trying out. But you know, since I'm between clients, and as long as I'm sitting here anyway, why don't you come over here and give me the new facials I'm developing? That way I can judge their effectiveness for myself. Come on, you can help me multitask. Let's get to work.
Welcome to the Redondo. You must be Nancy Drew. I'm Cassidy Jones. Mr. Blesky is waiting for you in there. You can go right in. Well, look at this. She mans phones, she defuses bombs. Your talents seem to be endless. If you're suggesting that I made that bomb, you're way off base. This is a reception area. Anybody could have ripped a piece of paper out of that magazine. If you're suggesting that I made that bomb, you're way off base. This is a reception area. Anybody could have ripped a piece of paper out of that magazine. I subscribed to that magazine in college when fighting the power and sticking it to the rich was the in thing. I changed my tune the instant I graduated and had to start fending for myself. I subscribed to that magazine in college when fighting the power and sticking it to the rich was the in thing. I changed my tune the instant I graduated and had to start fending for myself. But, thanks to some fluke in some database, they keep sending me those things. I'm too lazy to tell them they're wasting postage. Guess it's kind of my way of sticking it to them. I'm afraid that's personal. Yes, sir, Mr. Blesky. I still can't believe we're doing this. I just can't seem to convince myself that this is going to end well. On second thought, why don't you help me get organized around here? It'll help you get the hang of things. On second thought, why don't you put all these items back where they belong first? It'll help you get the hang of things. Ah, he would be the original owner of this place. Of course, back then, the Redondo wasn't a spa, it was a private mansion. I hear he was a bit eccentric. Great job. Our boss awaits through that door. See, each bomb has been preceded by a note. The very first note said that it contained the location of the bomb that was about to go off. Unfortunately, the rest of that note, and each of the other notes that followed, was in some kind of totally indecipherable code. However, I'm sure you, detective that you are, will be able to decipher it, determine where the bomb is, and defuse it before it goes off, with no problem. Fortunately, the bombs aren't lethal. Truly annoying, yes, but truly dangerous? No. Apparently our mad bomber just wants to torment us. Here's a map so you can find your way around the spa, and here's the note. Decipher it, and you'll be on your way. Well, well, look at this. She mans phones, she defuses bombs. Your talents seem to be endless. If you're suggesting that I made that bomb, you're way off base. This is a reception area. Anybody could have ripped a piece of paper out of that magazine. If you're suggesting that I made that bomb, you're way off base. This is a reception area. Anybody could have ripped a piece of paper out of that magazine. I subscribed to that magazine in college when fighting the power and sticking it to the rich was the in thing. I changed my tune the instant I graduated and had to start fending for myself. I subscribed to that magazine in college when fighting the power and sticking it to the rich was the in thing. I changed my tune the instant I graduated and had to start fending for myself. But, thanks to some fluke in some database, they keep sending me those things. I'm too lazy to tell them they're wasting postage. Guess it's kind of my way of sticking it to them. I'm afraid that's personal. Yes, sir, Mr. Blesky. I still can't believe we're doing this. I just can't seem to convince myself that this is going to end well. It's just so not customary to let myself get into anything so far over my head. Yes, it looks like something's happened to the reception area. That Joanna? The janitor? Is she your new BFF or something? That Joanna? The janitor? Is she your new BFF or something? Excuse me? Who cares about the notes? She's probably the one who's been planting those bombs. Well, now that people seem to be all done slinging mud at me, I think I'll go take a bath in some. You thought I was the bomber? Nancy, I'm hurt. But you only say that because you've caught me more or less red-handed. I could have sworn that up till now I was beyond suspicion. I tried to tell Jasmine her plan was ill-advised, but she was convinced that being the innocent victim of some crazed bomber would generate a flood of publicity for her. Well, maybe not entirely. I still get a kick out of fighting the power every once in a while. So, where do we go from here? Well, maybe not entirely. I still get a kick out of fighting the power every once in a while. Well, maybe not entirely. I still get a kick out of fighting the power every once in a while. So, where do we go from here? Unfortunately, Nancy, that's not quite true. The bomb I just finished constructing is not only extremely powerful, but I'm afraid it's armed. And when it goes off, major explosion. The spa, its guests, the staff, all gone. So it's either capture me and watch the Redondo as well as yourself go bye-bye, or let me go and defuse the bomb. Unfortunately, Nancy, that's not quite true. The bomb I just finished constructing is not only extremely powerful, but I'm afraid it's armed. And when it goes off, major explosion. The spa, its guests, the staff, all gone. So it's either capture me and watch the Redondo as well as yourself go bye-bye, or let me go and defuse the bomb. What will it be, Nancy? What will it be? That's what I thought. Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Blesky, but I'm afraid I've got some towels that need folding. Here you go. Got another note for you. Una mas. Here's the latest note. Time once again to work your detective magic. You're here. Good. Here's the note. Another note. Knock yourself out. You're kidding me, right? Are you aware that makes no sense? Who on earth told you that? There's something about you that's not quite right. Guess again. Get real. Why would you think that? I have no idea. Is that supposed to be funny or what? You are hysterical. You're positively mental, know that?
True to form, Cassidy barely blinked an eye when I walked into the reception area after defusing his last bomb. He just sighed, stood up, and put his hands out so the police officer beside me could handcuff him. His last words to me, his only words to me, were, "Well, Nancy, so much for fighting the power." So I still don't know if he knew that the Redondo Board of Directors had given him a big fat promotion. It would have been just like Nick not to tell him, although between his infatuation with Jasmine and the pleasure he obviously took in sticking it to the establishment, I kind of think Cassidy would have chosen being a mad bomber over being guest services manager anyway. And, believe it or not, ever since the trial, the Redondo has been filled to capacity. I guess it's true what they say. Any publicity is good publicity as long as they spell your name right. Speaking of which, even I got some publicity in the Tinseltown Tatler. They referred to me as the teenage sleuth who solved the bombings in between a few much-needed procedures. I thought it was kind of funny, but my friend Bess Marvin says I should sue. But I can't do that. After all, they spelled my name right. But ultimately, the jury disagreed. And Helfton was stunned when I showed up in his lab after defusing that final bomb of his, but only for a moment. Next thing I knew, he had released all the animals from their cages as a diversion and was making a mad dash for the door. But the iguana, also bent on escape, got there first. Helfton tripped over him, did 2 very impressive somersaults, and landed at the feet of the police officers who had arrived just in time to collar him. I still don't get why Helfton kept planting bombs even after the Redondo offered him a new contract with better terms. Maybe he didn't trust the Redondo to make good on it. Maybe someone else had made him an even better offer. Maybe his heart was too set on having his own store, or maybe he just liked making bombs. Anyway, throughout his trial, he kept insisting it was all just the big yoke. Joanna couldn't believe it when I showed up in the waste room after I defused her final bomb. Nor was she very happy when she tried to make a run for it and was promptly tackled by several police officers. Too bad her desire to get back at Jasmine was greater than her desire to get rich selling liposuction fat. Apparently there's a thriving black market for that stuff. Yuck. As for her beloved rats, with Helfton's help, they all found good homes. Joanna had taken such good care of them that one of them even became a star on the pet rat show circuit. Must have been its lustrous coat. Elwood Brown fared pretty well, too. His sister's exploits as a mad bomber provided him with a great plot for his next screenplay, which was quickly snapped up by a Hollywood producer. George Jackson is set to direct. Oh, and get this. Jasmine Ivy is vying for a part in it. How's that for irony? And, that's right, little sister Ida. Big sister Jasmine was fit to be tied. What's more, the performance Jasmine gave when I went to her room after defusing that bomb was truly Oscar-worthy. Shock, disbelief, outrage, remorse. As soon as she saw the police officers I brought with me, she went through them all, tearfully trying to convince them she was merely an innocent victim whose only real crime had been attempting to live the impossibly difficult and ever so cruel life of the actor. But the cops would have none of it. Poor Jasmine griped about her declining acting skills all the way to their squad car. Hardly anyone else was griping, though. Within a week, her agent had sold the story of Jasmine's exploits as a female mad bomber to a Hollywood producer for 6 figures. She even threw in Jasmine's diary, which turned out to be a little unusual. Apparently, growing up with Ida, a self-admitted nosy little brat, had compelled Jasmine to keep a diary in which whatever she wrote was the total opposite of what really happened. So when the producer asked for help decoding it, Cassidy, still smarting from Jasmine's public rejection, eagerly signed on. Not only that, but the producer hired Joanna's brother Elwood to write the screenplay. And guess who he cast to play the Jasmine character? The look on Mrs. Montague's face, on the parts that could actually move, that is, when I walked through the door, was one of complete and utter shock. Up until that moment, her plan to ruin the Redondo had gone flawlessly. I must admit, planting that bomb in the jungle room while she was in there was very smart. It made me think she couldn't possibly be the bomber, although that does explain why it turned out to be a dud. She was so bent on revenge she didn't even care about those shares in the Redondo she was offered, all because she thought they'd hurt poor Mr. Mingles. But as it turns out, his only real problem was Mrs. Montague herself. After her arrest, the dog was adopted by an elderly couple, and for the first time in his life, he was given plenty of exercise, fed regular dog food, and petted instead of massaged. Within a week, he was acting like a normal dog. He even lost that weird thing he had for hair. But that could be because his new owners didn't really have any. And Nick practically dropped the phone when I walked into his office after defusing that last bomb. He was so shocked he never even tried to run for the door. Of course, I had brought 2 police officers with me, and they were pretty big, but still, he tried to talk them out of arresting him